Hey, what's up, YouTube? It is Melanie back. Melanie loves death metal, and I've got an unboxing on this Friday, this Good Friday if you celebrate. Full transparency, the whole family's home today. There's no school for the children, so it's loud as fuck in my house right now. Just, they're loud. The dog is barking for no reason. The children are screaming and being loud. The TV is at full blast. Like, it's a lot of sonicness going on, but I wanted to record this video today because I got a box set in yesterday. I have not opened it yet. I figured I would wait to do a video for it. And a little bit of background here. It's not death metal box set. It's a vinyl box set, metal box set. It counts. I'm going to put it on the channel. And it's one that I have had my eye on for a little while. There's actually two other box sets in this series that I really, really want, and I'm probably going to get eventually because they're for a good price right now. And this one was on mega sale. Full transparency, was on Amazon. I don't typically buy vinyl off of Amazon anymore. I did for a while there, but I stopped heavily the last several years so I could support local shops and distros and all those, the band themselves. And because Amazon really sucks at packaging their vinyl. Like, I don't know if you've gotten anything from them recently, but most of the time it doesn't come in a vinyl mailer. It just comes in a big box. It's banging all around. I've gotten damaged vinyl. I've gotten warped vinyl. Like, it's never good. But this box set in particular was on sale for $65, and it retails for over $100. And I had a gift card that was just sitting in my account for $25. So it ended up being around $40. And I was like, well, I can't pass up that great price. And I've gotten box sets through Amazon several times in the last years in regards to ones for, like, very particular. Like, I've gotten, a couple, like, overkill ones, stuff like that, when they go on sale. And they generally come in good packaging, at least for the box sets. It's just like the single mail or records are not packaged nicely at all. So, with that said, I figured I would unbox that on camera and show you guys. So let's get into it. Like I said, it comes nicely packaged. It's got like these sides here, so that way if it bangs around, it's not going to smash the corner of the box set. It also came in another box that was padded with bubble stuff, those air pocket bubble things. So let's go ahead and unbox it. Let's cut it open. Okay. Ooh, it's in perfect shape. It's heavy. Alright. The Black Sabbath Technical Ecstasy Super Deluxe Vinyl box set. Okay, so little background here. Black Sabbath is pretty much my favorite band. One of my favorite bands. For good reason. I pretty much own every single one of their records in terms of on CD, and then I'm slowly getting in the vinyl releases as they remaster them and reissue them. I have a couple that I've had for several years, but these new box sets have been released. There's been 3 so far. There's been Technical Ecstasy, Sabotage, and then Paranoid. Paranoid and Sabotage are also on sale right now, so I wouldn't mind grabbing those, but I got this one because, again, it was super cheap. I came out in October, I think, of last year. Yeah. 2021? I don't know. It came out not too long ago. Essentially, it's got a lot of cool stuff. It's got 5 LPs, Super Deluxe Edition featuring the original album, which has been newly remastered, 2 LPs of new mixes and alternative versions mixed by Steven Wilson. There's a live concert recording from the 1976 and 77 World Tour. And there's a replica concert book. There's a 40-page book with photos, artwork, and liner notes, and a color poster. So the back has the artwork of the band, the guys from the band, obviously Tony Iommi, Ozzy, etc., Geezer. And then the details of what's in there, the front. And yeah, so I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I did not like this album when I first heard it back a long time ago. Back when I first ever heard Black Sabbath. It's an Ozzy album. I typically sway more towards the Ozzy albums. I do love the Dio era ones as well. Like, those are some of my favorite. Black Sabbath records, but in terms of like the Ozzy Black Sabbath era of records, this was never my favorite one. And then as I got older, something happened where I listened to it again. I picked it back up, took it off my CD shelf, played it, and something stuck. Something felt different with it. It just sounded better. It hit me a little bit better. And it's been one of those underrated Black Sabbath albums, in my opinion, that I think deserves a little bit more love now. I think it's getting a little bit more love in the underground, or just like the Black Sabbath sphere. And it, it's different. Also, here's the hype sticker, which I'm going to keep. It's different, obviously. It's got a lot of different sounds in here that Black Sabbath never really incorporated into their music previously. It's got like synths in there, which was not a very known thing for Black Sabbath music. It pretty much is a notable departure of their traditional sound, and that's what people generally did not like about this album. It's got electronic effects on it. I mean, Technical Ecstasy. How does it not have electronic effects on it? But it's got, sounds of a progressive rock and that hard rock. I think there's even a little bit of a disco sound on this as well. So it was different. It was released in 1976. And I think the one thing that really stands out to me on this is that Geezer Butler's bass lines are pretty much more intricate in there. It plays a more melodic and prominent role on this album. And I just, in general, I think it's a very underrated album. And when I saw the price of this, when it first was released, I was like, well, I'm not going to buy that. Maybe I'll just get the remastered version, vinyl alone, standalone version. And I never did it. And then now, like $40 for this box set could not be beat. So this is the sheet that's on the back of the box set. I'll probably just place this inside of it. And then it is a lift top box. As you can see, it's not a clamshell or anything like that. Very nice, and it's actually a nice size. It'll fit on my shelf, so I don't have to store this with like my Creator box set that is just sitting not even remotely close to my records because it doesn't fit on my shelf because of the size of it. So yeah, it's just a box. Here's the spine. Nice that they put that on the spine. A lot of my box sets don't have the name of the album on the spine. It's just a plain color, and yeah, little details that matter to me when it comes to buying a box set. So first thing that comes out of the box is the book. It is a hardback book. Very nice. Oh, yes, of course, there is the vacuuming while I'm recording this video. That's great. In the book are the images of the band, the artwork here, and the little devil guy spread across the back. The book has got a lot of like newspaper clippings and tour posters and stories around shows and the making of the album. It's got the releases of the singles and stuff like that. It's basically a history of the album. I watched another unboxing on YouTube and a review on this. I got a pretty good in-depth idea of what was in this box set, and I was happy about it. So that was before I made the purchase. I wanted to see, like, what does this box set come with? Is it worth buying? Does it sound good? I do that before I typically buy a box set. So really nice book. This alone is worth the price, 100%. Going deeper into the box set is the booklet. It is like the tour program booklet that they replicated. So nice little touch here. Again, more of the artwork of the band. Some live shots as well from that tour. So yeah, it's just a nice little replica. Cool thing that they added. And then an additional poster here. It is a very big poster of the album artwork with Iommi and all that stuff, Ozzy, all that stuff for those images, but Geezer Butler, etc. Okay, so after the poster is the actual vinyls now. So the top one, I'm going to take them all out and show you. So there's several records here. The top one is the new remastered vinyl of Technical Ecstasy itself. Just a single LP, plain black vinyl with a nice polyliner inner sleeve, which is nice touch, because lately I've been getting bag rash on some of my records that I've noticed that I hadn't played for a while, so I've been buying the MoFi anti-static sleeves and all that stuff and putting them in my records. So it's nice when these come with polyline sleeves that I don't have to replace. Those paper sleeves are generally the ones that give the back rash on the records. Not something that I generally care too much about. I usually clean my records before I play them most of the time. Sometimes I don't. I'm not perfect. But yeah, really nice printed inner sleeve here of lyrics and liner notes. It's very hard, stock paper. A really nice record as a whole. I have not listened to this, but I have read some reviews and I've seen other YouTubers say that it sounds fantastic. For the sake of the box set, I might actually take this one out, put it in a poly bag, and put it up on my shelf so that way I have easy access to it. I do that with a lot of my records in terms of box sets, but for now, I will store it in the box set until I'm ready to do that. Okay, so the next record is the New Mix, and the New Mix has an alternate cover. It's kind of like that negative side of the cover. And then the background, this is also just plain black vinyl. I don't need to show you. And then no printed inner sheet or anything, so pretty standard right there. Interested to listen to this. I have not heard any of this at all, so I'll be spinning this today. Don't know a whole lot about what it's supposed to sound like or anything like that. And then we have outtakes and alternative mixes, which I don't really necessarily care for this. I could have done without this record, but hey, if you're a collector, you probably enjoy it. I'll probably listen to it once and then probably never listen to it again. Plain black vinyl as well, no printed inner sheet. But again, if you're a collector, these are the kinds of things that you like to get. And this one, I was excited about. I'm not a huge live album fan, as you guys know. But Black Sabbath, I really wanted this. So here is the live world tour from 1976 to 77. It is a gatefold. There you go. Images of the band, the artwork of the band, the back. And yeah, it has, it's funny, it calls out in here specifically that there's a drum solo and guitar solo. Electric Funeral on here, Snowblind, Children of the Grave, War Pigs. So they don't just play songs from Technical Ecstasy, they also play songs from, their other albums. It is just plain black vinyl. It's got the, I should have added, it's got the Warner Brothers, palm tree labels on the record. I don't know if that was, an original label that they replicated from their first pressings or anything like that. For the record, not the live record. I'm not too sure. I haven't looked into it or anything like that. But yeah, and that's it. That's all you get in the box set. I mean, I say that's all you get. It's not. That's a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of nice stuff too. I will add. Sometimes box sets come with a little bit of unnecessary stuff. I'm not a huge fan of when they come with pins or patches or anything like that because I don't really collect those. I generally just want it for the music. I do like when they add posters and sometimes flags and stuff like that. So that's a good thing. So, yeah. So this one I'm interested to listen to. I might do a follow-up of a review of this new mix and the way it masters and stuff like that. Because I'm sure people are going to ask 100 times, how does it sound? Is it worth buying? But yeah, as far as today, Friday, April 7th, this is still on sale on Amazon for $65. If you are a collector, a Black Sabbath fan, a huge fan of Black Sabbath, and you want this, I would say go get it. The Paranoid box set, I believe, is only $100 right now, and then the Sabotage is $85. So those are the other two that I'm planning on getting. I heard, maybe it was Paranoid, the sound quality wasn't 100% perfect. I think there were some quality flaws there, and then they changed that, and it's better on Sabotage, and then I've heard that Techno Ecstasy sounds amazing. I'm not a huge audiophile. I don't have, the most standard, state-of-the-art equipment to hear these nuances in terms of sound, but if a record sounds like garbage, I can definitely tell. So, obviously, I'm not buying the box sets for that particular reason. This is more of a collecting aspect of everything. But yeah, it's nice. I'm excited. You can't beat the price. I had to get it. Again, super underrated album. It's not like the new Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon box set that recently came out. That is ridiculous. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's a box in a box in a box, and just it's $300 in crazy prices. This is perfect box set in my opinion. Records, book, poster. That's really all I need. Sometimes I like when they add like stickers and something, or a flag or something like that. But it's a perfect box set. It's nice quality. Came perfect from Amazon, so good job, guys. And yeah, it's iconic. Underrated album, in my opinion. Probably one of my favorites now that I've gotten older and I've listened to the Black Sabbath albums. I get tired of hearing Paranoid. That was my favorite for a long time. I even get tired of listening to Mob Rules and Heaven and Hell sometimes. Those are my other two favorite Black Sabbath albums. Masters of Reality, all the classic ones that you continually hear on the radio and talk about. It's nice to just kind of listen to something that's a little bit different, a little bit refreshing, and again, it's definitely one of my favorite albums now that I've gotten older and given it more time. So that is all that I have today. Enjoy your weekend. If you celebrate Easter, happy Easter. Next week, I am hopefully going to have some more content up. I haven't been buying a whole lot, but I do have a couple of new pre-orders coming in tomorrow that were shipped this week, or not tomorrow, Monday. So I'll probably show up the videos and talk about them there. So see you guys in the next one.